I had that experience before college of trialing at a Regionalliga team in Germany, and it was I did well. And just to bit of background on that, just for anyone listening out there, because often people wonder like how you get trials in places, but sometimes you just have to like go for it. So my particular situation was I'd made contact with an American guy who was already at the club, and just basically just to ask him what it was like, how he got the opportunity and things like that. And just one thing led to another, and he was like, yeah, if you get here, I'll just speak to the coach and see if you can train. So why not? In my opinion, I just went for it. So went on. I had a week's break from college, so just went to Germany. Trained with the under-23 side the night before, and then the next day just showed up to the stadium. He went into the office first just to ask the coach that there was an Irish guy here from the Irish third division, which wasn't even in the Irish third division at the time, but he said, "Can you train?" Yeah, like he just so it's completely random. And they were low on numbers that day. So yeah, he was like, why not? I mean, if he's here, just let him train or whatever. So so just basically went trained, did well, enjoyed it, got asked back for the afternoon session, so that was a positive. Because in those types of situations, you're ready for just kind of like, yeah, good luck, don't come back, which is fine. Like that's football, that happens. But yeah, went back for the afternoon session, did fine. Enjoyed it, and I think just been getting that kind of exposure to that level of play. I was like, maybe I'm not quite here now at the moment, but I wasn't completely out of my depth. So with like a year or two, maybe in Oberliga, Landesliga, that sort of thing, that it might come to fruition. So, but that time got the scholarship to the States, so parked it for the moment. But then,
so let's go into 90-minute fitness then, because this thing has certainly blown up. It's dope to see. We love the content. Try and share it as much as we can when we're on Instagram. But how did that start? And then how did you bring those same kind of ideas, and then also that, staying away from the social media model of instant gratification and doing it for the wrong reasons?
Yeah, so with 90 Minutes Fitness, it started in 2018, was the first time that I like set up the Instagram page and things. And it was just really, for me, it was more a platform to create like training sessions, mainly kind of physical workouts. So at that, when I first started, it was mainly just for the physical side of it. So the gym work, the speed work, everything like that. And it was just with the idea that on a particular day, if you wanted to do, we'll say like a lower body session, that you could just go to the page, get an entire workout and just do it. Like that was the biggest problem for me. I think growing up, there just wasn't that information, and there was a lot of like kind of bodybuilder type workouts where you did like triceps and biceps, and like it's completely pointless for footballers. So just something that was kind of specific to footballers, and just providing that information that way. And it kind of took off from there, just because the workouts just they were being saved and shared and commented on and things like that. So I think that I knew I was kind of on a good track with that sort of thing. So then, like, while I was working part-time, while I was playing and all that, I was still doing this as well on my off days. I'm just trying to build it as much as I could, and did a bit of kind of like online coaching and stuff at the beginning, from a physical point of view. But then once COVID happened, it really, the whole like online fitness scene exploded. And you could think that that was good for me, but it was actually not the best, because then the market became completely saturated. So there was like so many people doing what I was doing previously. So it became quite difficult. So, but I still just maintained doing what I was doing, being consistent. And that was the thing as well, just being consistent with the content. And, even if it was, in my opinion, even at the beginning, like I used to get like 2 likes on a post, but I didn't care really, because like as long as you're putting it out there, and if 2 people got benefit from it, then that's the main thing. So I just kind of continued on that way, and it led to what it is now, I suppose. And since I came to the States, then it developed into more like the in-person one-on-one and small group coaching. So I like post content from sessions that I'll do with players and things like that. So yeah, it's grown slowly. Like, it's been 4 years now, I guess. But again, it was just step by step and just building it based on what I want to do with it and what kind of direction I want to take it, and kind of instilling my values, I guess, on a lot of the players that I work with, and just trying to think of it from my perspective of when I was that age and what I would have looked for. And, if I had someone like that to kind of guide me and help me train, and in the correct way as such to get me to where I want to be. So I try and think of it that way, and I think that keeps me on the right path, definitely.
Did you always have this passion for coaching?
To be honest, no, I didn't at all. So when I think I kind of fell into the whole fitness thing when I was in like college in America because of the, the heavy lifting culture and lifting for numbers and all that. I kind of fell into that a lot. So to be honest, I was more interested in the aesthetics of it at that point. But then just I realized that it just wasn't something I was truly, truly passionate about, that I really loved the game. And although the game itself, because in college in America, it kind of, because of the coaching situation and stuff, I did kind of fall out of love with the game a little bit. But then over time, I just completely
90 Minutes Fitness and just about social media branding in general. Now, you had touched on consistency, but as you see on your accounts, it's very, it's the theme is very presented. It's, it's concise. It's very easy to follow. It's very kind of in your face with the information. What are some advices you would give to those trying to build up a social media that that they're truly passionate about?
I think just to be, like you mentioned, be consistent, be like consistent with the branding of it as well. Like I have like certain colors that I use so that immediately once you see it on your feed, you might know that it is from 90 Minutes Fitness. That's the first thing. And then just being consistent with the actual posting of it as well. And I think sometimes I'm not as consistent as I should be. It dwindles sometimes. I think I could do a better job of that. But in general, I won't go more than kind of like 2 or 3 days without like posting something valuable. As I try and stay away from as well, just posting stuff just for the sake of posting. So there's no point in that. So I try and be as consistent with that as well. But I think the main thing, if someone is trying to build something like that in terms of like social media marketing and stuff, just think of it in the longer term and just be consistent with it. Like you're not going to get like 50,000 followers overnight. It's just not going to happen
unless you pay for them.
Exactly. Get like bots or something. But it's in general, it's you have to be consistent with it and keep building on it, and keep responding to comments, questions, everything like that. You just need to be consistent and work on building it bit by bit. And as long as you're kind of progressing in the right direction, that's the main thing, and that'll tell you where you're going to be in like 2, 3, 4 years time.